Last time out on Rise of Glory, we had just beat Hent by 4-0, about to end our summer transfer window, and things have been going well since then. We're now on Boxing Day, and we've been through another 4 months, so what's been happening? How have we been doing? And is there anything that I should talk about here? Well, the first game we had was against Courtright, and we beat them by 2-0. Rasmus Rue gets his first ever goal for us, and Stan Biersma also scores a goal. So, a comfortable match here, and a good result to say the least. The next game we had was against Barcelona, our first league phase match of the Champions League, and we lost by 1-0. Pepe with the only goal of the game, and disappointed with this result, honestly. I felt that if we got a shot on target, we could have at least done something, but we never got a shot on target, and therefore we never won. So, annoying. I thought we could have got at least a draw for this match, but it is what it is, unfortunately enough. We then took a beer shot and we beat them by 2-0 to continue our record of winning games in the league at the moment, so another good performance as far as we're concerned. We then took on Lomo and we beat them by 3-0, another win in the league and another 3 points to our collection. Miguel Bicharama gets his first ever goal for the club and another good result as far as we're concerned. We then went to Slavia Prague and only drew 0-0. This was the game that made me wonder if we're actually going to do well in the Champions League, because I thought we could win this game, but we didn't. And unfortunately for us, it's just one of those games where it felt like we should be winning, but we just couldn't get the opening goal, no matter how much we tried. So, a disappointing match as far as I'm concerned, but any other day, this is a win for us. We then took a hang and we beat them by 2-1 after Donald got a last gasp winner, so a good result here. Another 3 points to our collection, and our winning record is looking very good in the league. We then took a MacLeod and we beat them by 4-2. The fact they scored 2 goals and actually made it very uncomfortable at times was annoying, but we managed to get the win either way, and the new promoted team didn't do as well as they thought they could have done. And honestly, they gave us more problems than I thought they would, given they had just 3 shots on target, but we got the win either way, and as far as I'm concerned, that's all I want. The next game we had in the Champions League was against Brighton, and we were very unlucky not to have won this game. Any other game, this is a win for us. I'm so certain of that, and it was a very frustrating result, to say the least, that we only were beaten by a penalty, and I don't know. I'm just frustrated at this result, really, especially when I know that the keeper actually got to the penalty and still couldn't keep it out, but it is what it is. The fact their goalkeeper got the Man of the Match award should tell you all you need to know. We then took on Anderlecht and beat them 3-1 the next match, so my concerns about our league form were dwindling away, and Club Brugge were our next opponent, and they have been outstanding this year. And we drew 1-1 against them, and they had the better XG despite the fact we had a penalty. They also missed a penalty later on, so I guess that evened things out a little bit, but this was not a good game from our point of view, and I feel like we were very lucky to have gotten a draw here, and that says a lot. But I think with Club Brugge in mind, we have to just say they need to be the team we need to beat every single time. And I can't really say we will beat them every time, which is the concerning part, because they're just so good. And they might be the best team I've ever had to try and chase down in my entire time playing FM, and that says a lot. We then took on Monaco in the Champions League and got a draw, and scored our first goal in the league phase. Fredrik Nissen scoring from a corner. We did not deserve this point, but I'm taking it away, and that's more money for us, and an extra point to our collection. Zoltavarico was our next opponent, and we won, despite the fact we're down to 10 men inside 22 minutes. Yep, that's a thing that's happened. So, turns out that I can actually just magic up a win, despite being down to 10 men and having no striker on the pitch for the majority of the match. Turns out that's actually a viable option these days, but it worked. I'm not complaining, and we got all 3 points. Apparently going defensive works in our favour here, but we did what we needed to do, and that's wonderful stuff. Probably the most luckiest win of them all so far. And then I took on Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League and was very unlucky to have only drawn in this game. So between Brighton and now Frankfurt and Slavia Prague, that's 6 points dropped in games we should be winning. And that says a lot, but okay. I do feel like that if we weren't going to be losing these games, then we would be fine, but because we've only got 3 points in our first 5 matches of the Champions League, we're not certainly safe at all, and we got some difficult games coming up next in the next 3 matches, so we need to do better and quickly. And we definitely don't need games like this against Terrain, so this was a very frustrating match. We were the better team by some distance. I saw all the highlights, and yet we did nothing with them. Why we couldn't win, I don't know, but we cannot afford to drop points when Club Brugge are in the form they are right now, and are so dominant in the league. It is perhaps the most difficult league I've ever had to try and win a league title in because of how good Club Brugge are, and we cannot afford to drop points like this in any way, shape or form. But was the next opponent we had, and we beat them by 5-1 in the cup, so we got that to look forward to. If we don't win the league, I need to win the cup to justify my 2 years here, because I cannot go 2 years without winning at least one trophy. It would be the very first time in my career I've ever done that in the save, and that says a lot. That I can honestly say going 2 years without a trophy would be my longest stint without a trophy, and I can't believe I'm saying it with a straight face, but there you go, it's a thing. Antwerp was the next opponent, and we beat them by 0-0 after Noah Ohio got a very early goal, so a good result here, and we need to get all 3 points, so a massive win for our momentum, and we need to keep this going if we are to do well in the league. We then took it for the Fenerbahce, and we dominated them. Our first win in the league fight to the Champions League, and it meant we now have 6 points in the Champions League, and it's great for our momentum here. We just need to keep this kind of performance up in the league, and make sure we don't drop any silly points. And we need to make sure that we are 100% going to do ourselves justice in the last 2 games of the Champions League. I can't actually remember who my next opponents are, but I know they're terrifying. What I can't afford to let happen is a draw against Shadow, and oh, they are going to love this. The Velen Derby has seen us drop points against Shadow, and I cannot afford this to be the case. And unfortunately for us, we bottled this, and there's no other way of saying it. I can't really describe it any other way. This felt like a bottle here. We should have done better. We had all the chances. We just didn't take them. Villanova was the next opponent. We beat them by 4-2. And again, we don't make things simple for ourselves, unfortunately. We do win comfortably, but again, we need to stop conceding these silly goals, because it's starting to make me think we're going to start dropping points in stupid fashion over and over again, and we cannot afford to drop points when Club Brugge are as good as they are right now. So our next opponent is Racing White, then the Motorbike, and we beat them by 5-1 in the Cronky Cup 7th round. I'm happy with the win. I don't like the fact we conceded the goal, but we got the win, and it made sure that we were through to the next round of the Cronky Cup, which has not been drawn yet. I don't know who we're taking on in this competition next, but I'm just happy we beat Racing White there in the Motorbike. So, a good result to say the least. And ladies and gentlemen, the last game we had was against Jupiler Pro League, and we've finally broken a curse. We've actually beaten Jupiler Pro League, the only team to have beaten us in the league this year. And, oh, we needed to do this. We needed to do this just for my own peace of mind. We needed to beat Jupiler Pro League, and it felt so satisfying to do it at long last. But we dominated from start to finish. They then had a man sent off, and then we took advantage of that extra man, and we won. So at least we did something productive. Happy days. As for the league, Club Brugge are incredible. I am 7 points behind them because they've only dropped 4 points all season. This Club Brugge side are insane. We have taken points off them, and Mechelen are the only team to have taken points off them as well. They just beat Mechelen 4-1 as revenge for that result, but yeah, Club Brugge, insane. Absolutely insane, and I don't think I can beat them this year. We're 10 points clear of Kent, and yeah, this is insane how good they are in the league right now. Any other year, we're probably top of the table, or at least within 2 points of a team top of the table, but no, we are 7 points away from top, because Club Brugge are absolutely incredible, and I don't think I can stop them. And that's a scary thought for me. They are that good. As for the Champions League, we're in 25th with just 6 points in 6 games. So, yeah, those 3 draws kind of costing us. Frankfurt and Jupiler Prague, we should have won in those 2 games. So that's an extra 4 points. Brighton, we should never have been losing that game, so that's an extra 3 points. And if we had those points, we're looking much more comfortable. So that's an extra 8 points. Potentially we should be having up in our basket right now. I don't like to sound bitter, but I kind of am bitter right now. That was very disappointing. But hey, at least we're ahead of Club Brugge in this competition. They've lost 4 games. We made 1 less games than Club Brugge, but we've won so convincingly against Fenerbahce that we're now above Club Brugge on goal difference by some distance too. Oh, I just realised who my next 2 games are. It's Napoli and Ajax. That's fun. We're probably losing those games. We also want to get past the Quickie Cup quarter-final for the first time, because I need to win that trophy now. January is looking very, very busy, to say the least. I should mention this, but we've actually selling 2 players. Real Madrid came in for Orestes, and I don't know why, but I was able to sell him for £1 million, so almost making back the money that we spent on him a few years ago. A year before I arrived, they spent 1.2 million on him, never used him, and I'm selling him for 1 million, so almost a profit. Yeah, I don't know why either. But Cuvaru is leaving for El Zaragoza, and Spain seems to like our players right now. I'm selling him for 3.2 million. I wanted more money. I couldn't get more money. He was upset with the lack of first team football. I just snapped in and said, okay, if you're so upset about it, then you can leave. And he said, yeah, I'll leave. Okay, you can leave then. So he's been good. Don't get me wrong. I used him a lot, but he's never felt like a player I wanted. And as soon as I got Ivanovic in, he was kind of replaced. And for free transfer to get 3.2 million for him as a 32-year-old, that's great. They also sent him out on loan to Saint Etienne in the first season to save, so that's interesting. Never really got to those numbers again for us, which is a shame, but it is what it is. So as things stand, I've got £17.09 million in the transfer budget. I've got at least £9.75 million in the budget next year. We've got £30,000 in the wage budget to work with, so good things, I suppose, is going to happen. I actually don't know, but it'd be nice if we get what we want here. Bodder hasn't played this year, so I don't think we're going to get the extra money we were looking for in his transfer deal. I just looked and I thought, okay, I'll check. Miroslav Klose, we are still making money from him. He needs to make another 41 appearances for Burnley before we get the money back. I don't think he's going to make those appearances somehow, but he's made 9 appearances for the bench, so maybe we're lucky. I doubt we will be, though. Especially now that he's already transfer listed. What a waste of time that was. You know, I could just buy that transfer clause, but the 12 appearances, mind you, so I could just do that. I don't know, I might do that, but I'll have to wait and see what happens next, honestly. Either way, though, I'm going to end this here. Can we close down this Club Brugge side? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this, because that might be mission impossible on my part, but we're going to try it either way. And can we win the Quickie Cup for the first time in the save and get a first bit of silverware for Standard Liège for almost 10 years? That'd be nice. Either way, though, hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.